Hello everyone, and thanks for coming back to the channel. This is the ISDT UC4 charger. There's going to be a very small market for this charger because of one simple fact. Right there, it only outputs to 4.2 volts. So it won't be able to charge to 4.35 volts on high volt batteries, which are pretty much standard now. I'm fairly surprised by this because ISDT as a company has made a number of good battery chargers and seem to know what they're doing. But this one misses the mark. Just to go around the horn here, we've got a USB-C connector, we've got a little push button here, and we've got 4 ports for PH20, which our high volt batteries are pretty much standard on. And then we have little lights here around the sides to indicate how much of the charging is complete. Let's go ahead and plug something in and take a quick look at it. To use this to its full capacity, we'll need a QC charger, which has a higher power output. Hopefully you can see that as we've got power, it now flashes and indicates that we have power to the charger. The little blue light indicates the output that it's going to be able to charge our batteries at. A white single flash represents 0.5 amp. A cyan represents 1 amp. And purple represents 1.5 amps. So right now we're on cyan. Plug in a couple of batteries here and it's charging. So we get a single flash of the lights indicating that we have less than 40% of the battery charged. That's based upon the voltage to 4.2 amps. So again, it's not going to be charging the full capacity of the battery up to 4.35 volts. We change our output by long pressing our little button here. Now we're on purple. On camera, it doesn't look like that comes through. That looks white, but live it is purple. And that is white. Hopefully you'll be able to tell the differences in these colors, but it doesn't look like it from my standpoint. There might be a slight difference, but I don't think my camera is quite picking up the subtlety. But it does change and it does work. If you get a red light here, that indicates a system failure. Don't know what that means. So initially I didn't notice this. I was actually using this charger and then I plugged it into a few quads to do some flying and I noticed that my voltage was lower than expected. So I thought I had a battery problem. So I got some different batteries and I charged them up via this charger. And I put them into a quad and then that's when it hit me. It's like something is off. 2 different sets of batteries. This can't quite be so. Took a closer look at the instructions and sure enough there it was, 4.2 volts. So essentially this is only going to be viable for the most conservative of battery maintainers out there. And I think that market is quite small and quite frankly I wouldn't suggest anybody needs to charge at 4.2 volts. We've been running these high volt batteries at 4.3 volts even sometimes before they were declared high volt batteries. Some people were overcharging these single cell batteries to 4.35, especially those people that are serious into tiny whoop racing in order to get the most out of their batteries. Yeah, at those times the batteries sometimes would puff, but the cost of these batteries is low enough to where most people didn't get too concerned about that. I think at this day and age, we pretty much have to have a high volt charger for all the different high volt batteries. Otherwise, the market is so limited, I can't imagine this will be on the market very long. And I wouldn't be surprised if ISDT makes note of their mistake and come back with another version of this, probably in a different color that is able to charge a 4.35. The only other thing that I haven't mentioned is the case is metal. It does feel substantial. It doesn't feel like it's going to break, so you could throw it in your bag and probably not have to worry about it getting damaged. I've waited a little while now. Now hopefully you can see that the battery on the top is flashing twice, and that indicates that the battery is 40% charged or more, but less than 70%. When you get to 70% or above, it does flash 3 times. And it does come with a pretty short USB-C cable. There it is, the ISDT UC4, the 1S battery charger that only goes to 4.2 volts per cell. There'll be a link in the description, but I don't suggest you buy one. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or otherwise, please let me know in that section down below. I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.